Hi guys, welcome to Adnan McKola TV. This is MUFC Transfer Talk. It is number 34. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm seeing Raul commenting at the moment saying it's 12:30 a.m. So it's 30 minutes past midnight in India. Thank you for staying up to watch, mate. Hope you're doing well. Raul, Jose, Shekhar, Fayaz, Ronak, Isaac, Jorvan, Reese, Thomas, Cami, Max, hope you're all doing well, and of course the usual, Nigel's in the house. Welcome back, Nigel. 5 a.m. in Australia. Tim, that is some dedication. Thank you all for joining us, guys. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, a lot of the hype around Manchester United's transfer window has died down because of the big transfer being out of the way, that big money spent on ROMELU Lukaku. But United could still spend a further 50 to 100 million pounds this transfer window on another player or two. That's the way things are shaping up. So there's still a lot of business for Manchester United to get done this window, both ins and out. And that's what we're going to talk about here today on MUFC Transfer Talk number 34. Obviously, in yesterday's episode, we covered the rumours in regards to Eric Dyer, Joe Hart and Alexis Sanchez, and I dealt with them in that one. There's nothing more on them, as you'd expect. We wasn't expecting anything more on them, and there's nothing else on those rumours. Today we're talking mainly Ivan Perisic, Adnan Januzaj, and a few other things as well as answering your questions, and we'll check the interweb for any latest news that is coming through. So we've got an action-packed half an hour for you here on Adnan McKola TV, and we can keep it going a little bit longer if we're busy and we got the questions coming in. Now, Jorvan asks, do you think Muller is on his way to Old Trafford? I do not. Che, how you doing? My day's been good, thank you, Yasin. I don't think Perisic is good enough for us, says Yagan. Sup, Chris? Anshul says Bakayoko. I don't think there's anything in this Bakayoko talk. I wouldn't be surprised if United, were interested or have scouted him in the past, but I doubt we're actively trying to sign him. To me, it kind of feels like Chelsea are putting that out there so that when it does come to them signing him and completing the signing of Bakayoko, they can say they beat Manchester United to the punch. Fortuné says Fabinho is quality. A little late, what have I missed, says Shashank. You haven't missed much, mate. We're just getting started at the minute. I've been answering a few of your questions, and then we're going to get stuck in to the latest rumours on Ivan Perisic. Faye's watching from Singapore. Any CDM you would like at United, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Adnan. Nangalan says 83 DVI. Do beat AFTV FC, says Tannoy. Yes, if you haven't seen it, in the Fan League Cup, full-time Devils were drawn with Arsenal Fan TV. So in the quarterfinals of the Fan League Cup, we have got Arsenal Fan TV. But interesting to see how that one goes down. Kashim says, who am I backing in the Mayweather fight? It's obvious who I'm backing in that one. It's going to be, I was going to say Bakayoko because someone's mentioned Bakayoko. It's going to be Mayweather, of course. Scotland in the house, says Cami. And why do people think we're getting Sanchez, says unsigned bans? I'm not quite sure, to be totally honest with you, mate. It kind of seems to be something that has been put out there by United fans in terms of, I would like us to sign Sanchez, or we should go after Sanchez because Bayern Munich have signed James Rodriguez now. They're unlikely to be in the market for him. It's only Manchester City that seemingly are in the market for Alexis Sanchez. So United fans are saying we should go after him. Now, I totally agree. It would be great if United could sign Alexis Sanchez, but I don't think it's likely, and I think we'd be wasting our time if we did get involved in that. I do think if it goes anywhere, it'll probably be reuniting with Pep Guardiola. So what's the need for United to get involved with that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Of course, though, if we did get him, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Can you imagine the boiled piss in North London? It would be beautiful. It's 4:30 a.m. in Adelaide, says John. Thank you for getting involved, mate. Bryn says Sanchez is on, so he's feeling confidence. I'd like to know where that confidence has come from. The Jazzy G says Mayweather is a joke. What the hell are you talking about, mate? This man's got a perfect record at the highest level of boxing. He is our generation's greatest. Whether you like him or not, fucking respect his record. That's the last I'll talk about boxing today, but people that talk shit about Mayweather just baffle me. You may not like him as a person, but don't talk about his record like it's nothing. Because whatever you say Any boxer you like that has fought him has lost. It's that simple. 49 plans have failed. No one can beat Mayweather, and he's going to beat McGregor as well. It's that simple. Fabinho is quality. Matic is crap. So Fortuné has added more onto his comment. Veal's watching all the way in Philippines. So then, guys, let's ramp this up a little bit. We're here on MUFC Transfer Talk number 34. We've been speaking about Perisic to Manchester United for a while now. And Sky Sports have got an article via their Sky sources, you know, the good old Sky sources. They often get things wrong. But anyway, I think their Sky sources in this case seem to be Sky Kaveh, who is reasonably knowledgeable and reasonably reliable as well. So in this point of view, it may be right. It says Man United are stepping up their efforts to sign Inter Milan winger Ivan Perisic. Sky sources understand. United are getting closer to a deal for Perisic, but Inter are sticking to their £48 million asking price for the Croatian international. Perisic has joined up with the rest of the Inter squad at their training camp in the north of Italy, but United are trying to do a deal before the Serie A club flies to China next week. Their most recent offer is understood to have been £39 million, but Inter Milan want around £48 million, but they believe United need to increase that to around £45 million to secure their target, who has 3 years left on his contract. So Inter Milan are in a strong bargaining position. They no longer need to raise funds for the FFP regulations, and the player's got 3 years left on his contract. They would much rather keep the player, but as it is, they're playing hardball to get as much money as possible. He was due to meet with Inter boss Luciano Spalletti last week to talk over his future, with Spalletti saying, "You can keep talking about Perisic and his desire to leave, but I need to listen to his own words first and then decide how to act. I hope to have him in the side. I'm counting on it and I'm positive in that sense." And then the rest of the article is just stats and stuff. It does say Perisic has been in Italy since summer of 2015, scoring 18 goals in 70 games. Since joining them from the German club Wolfsburg 2 games into the 2015-16 season. He has 16 goals in 57 games for Croatia. So, that's the article from Sky Sports on Ivan Perisic. And Sky Survey and I think DiMarzio as well have already been commenting that Manchester United could structure a deal for around £45 million plus add-ons, which would make Inter Milan happier and would appease them into taking a deal. Now it looks like Ivan Perisic wants to move. From what Luciano Spalletti is saying, they were to have a meeting. Whether Ivan Perisic has told Spalletti of his desire to join Manchester United remains to be seen, obviously. But it does look like this is a move that will eventually happen. I'm going to go over to Sport Witness to see if there's anything recently on that one. If you don't follow them on Twitter yet, sport_witness. They've got a website as well, sportwitness.co.uk. They're a great place to kind of gather all of the transfer rumours from all around the world. There's an article 3 hours ago from them, which says Woodward has stayed behind to complete deals, so he hasn't flown out to America again. Do you remember that time when Woodward left Australia during the Moyes reign for urgent business that never did come to fruition until deadline day? That was a strange one. Thank God those days are over. Anyway, we'll read Sports Witness's article at the moment. Another day, another Ivan Perisic story. It's from Corriere dello Sport, claiming the Croatian international isn't particularly interested in staying at Inter next season, with the player's desires some distance off what the Serie A club want. Inter want €50 million plus, and so far United haven't offered that. This could, however, change in the near future after reports, including Corriere dello Sport, claims that Ed Woodward has not flown out to with the team to LA in order to conclude transfer business from England. So they're pretty much saying the player still wants to leave. It's not a financial issue with Inter Milan. A new contract offer isn't going to do it for them. And he wants to join Manchester United. Now, by the looks of things, United could hopefully get a deal structured very soon. If they're leaving for pre-season tour of China next week, United need to get a deal done before then. And it'd be nice to get the player, if we are going to sign him, it'd be nice to get him in as soon as possible, maybe by the LA Galaxy game or just after the LA Galaxy game, which is the first of the pre-season. Jo is back in the comments saying, Ivan. Man United God's back too, saying he doesn't want Perisic, he's bang average. Now look, he may be bang average, and I kind of agree with you. It's not a signing that excites me. I don't think he's average. I think he's an above average player, but I don't think he's world class or anything like that. But what you have to look at is some of the options that Manchester United have got in the squad at the moment. The likes of Ashley Young, who scored about 10, 11 goals in 6 years. The likes of Memphis have left. And then we've got Anthony Martial at the club. We don't want Anthony Martial to be displaced from the team on a long-term basis. And we want a player that can come in and occupy a position in the squad. Isn't necessarily going to be starting week in, week out. Perisic is that man. Now, I think the fee is absolutely crazy. £48 million, £45 million, whatever it turns out to be. I think it's absolutely crazy. But in this day and age, we have to come to expect that. Now, I think, are there any other players on the market that are similar to him in the sense that they're experienced internationally and at club level? They're of a decent level as well. They're of the right age in terms we don't want a younger player to come in and be there for 5-10 years, because we've got a player that can do that. So I think Perisic kind of ticks all the boxes, but I think the transfer fee is absolutely crazy. I really do. So yeah, let's see what happens. But I hope United get the business done for Jose Mourinho's sake. Now, El Chapo says 45 mil for a 28-year-old. No, thanks. I totally agree. The fee is a madness. But at the end of the day, I kind of don't care as well. Like, you know, with Eric Dyer, when I was talking about Eric Dyer yesterday, and I was saying £60 million for Eric Dyer, you're taking the piss. When I say that in the knowledge that there's got to be a number of players out there that are better than him and you can get for the same price or cheaper. But with Ivan Perisic, while there may be players that we can get out there that are better than him, I don't think those players would be ideal for Man United in terms of filling that squad position. Because we don't want a player to come in and just be playing week in, week out. We really don't. And that's no disrespect to Perisic. He's a decent player, but he's not world class, and we shouldn't be expecting to have him starting week in, week out. So I can understand the desire to make this signing, but I can't understand the transfer fee. But actually, I can understand the transfer fee. United God says, if Martial leaves, I'll drink bleach. I agree, mate. I agree. We've got over 350 people in at the moment, so it's a little bit of a quiet one today, but no bother. Funnily enough, we've got 69 likes at the minute. Some of you will be tickled by that. It has rose now to 70. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. We're around 100 or just over 100 away from 36,000 subscribers. Now the target is 40k by the beginning of the Premier League campaign. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, hit that like button. Marstar, how are you doing? Arvinda says Perisic is world class. I don't care what you guys think. Are you going to Dublin to see United v Sampdoria? Says AB. I don't think so, mate. Not at this moment in time. I'm trying to get out there to America first, which is unlikely for the LA Galaxy game, but hopefully I'll reach another game out there. Best of luck to Adnan Januzaj, says Dave Johnson, and we will be talking about Adnan Januzaj shortly, so keep it locked for that. Regatale, how you doing, mate? Hope I've said your name right. Mace Tattoo, how you doing? And I love you too. Coming to the Madrid game in US, says Muiz. Like I just said, fingers crossed. Fingers, toes and everything else crossed. We could have gone and got Douglas Costa, says Mustafa. I agree with you as well. For the fee that he was available, we could have. But like I've just said, mate, he comes in, you worry for Martial and the like then. Because he's going to take their positions on a longer basis. I think Martial is better than Douglas Costa. So I'd rather keep Anthony Martial in the team. And I think Perisic allows us to do that in the long term and short term. So I think Perisic is a decent signing in that aspect. But I think the fee's crazy. I really do. Come on, guys. Come to the MLS All-Star game versus Madrid in Chicago. If I can't get out there for the United games, I'm not going to get out there for the Real Madrid games. Wagwan Sikha Jadi, how are you doing? It's important to get CDM now, says Shashank. Yes, that has to be one of the next positions on the list. Like, it looks like Perisic and a CDM may be coming in. But it looks like CDM may be the fourth choice from Jose Mourinho. I do think an attacking wide player is probably an ideal signing. At the moment, we've got Mickey who can play on the right. I don't think Mata's ideal on the right. And with no Antoine Griezmann coming in, with Rooney leaving, I think Mata will be needed at number 10 when we do play with a number 10. I think when you look at the options we've got out wide, Lingard, Mkhitaryan and Anthony Martial, we do need another one. So I'm not too concerned with that signing at all. Faye Rizal knows, you know, mate, you know, all day long. Perisic on the left, Lukaku and Marshall up front, says Thomas Folsey. Dybala must be over 100 mil. This is 83 DVL, probably. Fabinho or Dyer, says Nigel. Fabinho all day long. Dyer's basic bitch. The way Martial dribbles with the ball and goes through players with ease, says Ronak. Yes, that is really nice. United God, you can stop saying the bleach comment now, mate. You've said it about 10 times and I've already read it out. Madrid training 200 metres away from United. That's interesting, isn't it? Morata will be there like, oh, I wish I was training over there. Look at Lukaku messing around. I wish that was me playing with Pogba. Sheriff says Mahrez for 45 mil would be better. How do you know it's 45 mil? Just asking. Will Mata be given a new contract? I think his contract expires next season. Hopefully, Mustafa. Dyer is at least better than Lingard, man. Jesus Christ. Dyer is at least better than Lingard. Did you read your comment out before you made that comment? Are you serious? Killer Gaming FHD. I just read your name out. But let me get back to that comment. Dyer is at least better than Lingard. Did you read that fucking comment out before you writ it and sent it? Really? Really? Where does Lingard play, mate? Where does Dyer play, mate? What is Lingard's position in the team, mate? Did we buy Lingard for £60 million? No. Does Lingard start week in, week out? No. Eric Dyer would expect to start week in, week out coming in for £60 million. Dyer is at least better than Lingard. Think about what you say before you say it. Because that makes no sense at all. Absolutely no sense. If you're going to put Lingard in central defensive midfield or centre-back, Eric Dyer is obviously going to be better than him. Come on, mate. Utkarsh, how you doing? Crazy Gyp says he loved Wayne Rooney at United. He actually said love Wayne Rooney at United, but he's not at United anymore, so he loved Wayne Rooney at United. Dave Johnson, I am not checking out any account with the word insider in it. Sorry, I'm just not doing it. I do not follow In The Know accounts. I'm glad you guys are as baffled as me about that one as well. I am glad. It is a random one, isn't it? It really is a random one. Now, some of you guys are saying Adnan Januzaj leaving is official. So let me take a look. Have United tweeted about it? Have they? Yes, they have. 56 seconds ago. So, Adnan Januzaj, he has joined. We can get this breaking news through now. Let me just change the title. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There we go. Right then, guys. Adnan Januzaj has officially left Manchester United. Yes, that's right. You've heard it here first. Adnan Januzaj has joined Real Sociedad in sunny Spain. He will make that move. I seen a tweet the other day which said Adnan Januzaj is on some weird David Moyes tribute tour. He's been to Manchester United, he's been to Sunderland, and now he's off to Real Sociedad. And that's absolutely fucking funny, that is. Whoever tweeted that, you're a legend. Because the David Moyes tribute act, Adnan Januzaj has left Manchester United and he is set to join Real Sociedad. There's no further details on the move at all at this moment in time. But Adnan Januzaj is now a Real Sociedad player. Best of luck to him. I really do hope he does well. I really do hope that he goes out there and performs to the potential that we know he does have. I mean, he's been on loan to Dortmund. He's been on loan to Sunderland. He hasn't done very well compared to the talent that he showed when he came through. When he first played for Manchester United in those dark ages of 2013-14, it was a shining light for Manchester United because we were playing so poor at that time. Manchester United were not performing greatly. David Moyes was under huge pressure. He put faith in this player, this young player from the academy who everyone was hyping up. And Adnan Januzaj came through and he performed. He did very well. And I think it's something nice for him to have done. I really do. But he didn't capitalise on it. He didn't push on from it. He didn't get better. He didn't work harder to play for Manchester United. When the manager changed, his luck changed. And you just heard stories about him not really fulfilling his potential in training. And I read something with Federico Makeda who said he had massive regrets about his time at Manchester United, because when he finally broke through, he stopped doing the things that got him there. He stopped working hard. He stopped training hard. He stopped, pushing for his dream. And he thought he had already made it. And he had huge regrets about that. Of course, he still has a decent career in Italy, Serie B, I think it is. He's a professional footballer. He's living the dream. But he could have made it at that top level. And I think the same goes for Adnan Januzaj. Adnan Januzaj could have made it at that top level. But it just hasn't gone to plan for him. He hasn't pushed on. He hasn't developed. And he hasn't made himself the player that his potential really threatened to be. And that's why I think we need to take our time with the likes of Axel Tuanzebe, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, Joel Pereira, Andreas Pereira, all these guys that are in the team at the moment, because they have fantastic potential. They have as much as, if not more potential than Adnan Januzaj. But they need to prove it and they need to work hard. When they get that opportunity, they need to work hard. Look at Marcus Rashford. He came out of the blue. Marcus Rashford did. He broke onto the scene against Midtjylland when the week before Will Keane had done his groin. If he doesn't do his groin, Will Keane plays against Midtjylland. The week before that, James Wilson got injured. If James Wilson don't get injured, Will Keane plays. If Will Keane plays, Rashford don't play. So there's two players that need to get injured as well as the other players. I think Marshall got injured that day as well. And Rashford got his opportunity out of the blue. He took his opportunity. He got goals. But he didn't think he made it. He thought, now is the time I need to work harder. And you see him this summer. Yes, it's easy to put it on social media and all that. But you can see how hard he has been working. You look at his body, he's grown a little bit. You look at him as a player, it looks like he's a little bit sharper when he's doing things. And I think a lot of younger players can take a leaf out of Marcus Rashford's book. When Jose Mourinho came in last season, he didn't throw his toys out of the pram because he wasn't in the team. He worked harder and he made sure he was in the team. And that's what all these younger players have to do. And unfortunately, Adnan Januzaj didn't do it. I think the move to Borussia Dortmund was a bit of a daft one. He was never going to play for the team. If he wasn't playing for Manchester United at the time, he was never going to play for Borussia Dortmund. And then he left Dortmund, came back, went to Sunderland. And then some can say, look, Sunderland weren't great. They were managed by David Moyes. They didn't do well. They got relegated. They weren't playing great football. Jermaine Defoe was the only shining light. But Granada got relegated. Granada, were, at the end of the season, had Tony Adams in charge. And Andreas Pereira still performed. He still showed that he had a level that he could return back to Old Trafford this summer and fight for a spot in our squad. He still showed it. But Adnan Januzaj didn't. And this is why Adnan Januzaj has now left Manchester United. Now, it's rumours the fee is around £9.8 million to Real Sociedad. So United have got a decent fee for Adnan Januzaj. But it really is disappointing. This is a player that I hugely rated. I thought he was an incredible footballer. And I thought that he had a bright future at Manchester United. And look, he's now gone to Real Sociedad. The reports are Real Sociedad will pay an initial €8.5 million, rising to €11 million, which is £9.8 million with add-ons. There is a buyback clause in the contract. So there's that buyback clause in there, which is, of course, it leaves the door open. But not every single player is Paul Pogba. Only since Paul Pogba returned to United for a world record fee has everyone started being like, oh, have we got a buyback clause in there? Oh, have we got a buyback clause in there? But it's great that we have got one, because Januzaj definitely does have the talent. He's definitely... And Telegraph Football here, they've got an article by James Ducker, and the title says, "Sad case of Adnan Januzaj. Proves talent alone is not enough to succeed at Manchester United." And that is exactly what I've just been saying. about Adnan Januzaj and his time at Manchester United. Talent alone cannot get you into that first team. Talent alone cannot get you pushing through and playing in that spot and keeping your spot in that team. So it's really, really sad. Let me just read a little bit of this article to you by James Ducker in the Telegraph. It was Michael Laudrup, fresh from seeing an 18-year-old Adnan Januzaj tear apart his Swansea City side at Old Trafford back in January 2014, who sounded a note of caution that in hindsight looks remarkably prophetic. So these are Michael Laudrup's words. I hope he's the kind of player who knows he will have to develop and move on. Not think that just because you've played 10 games in the Premier League, then you're already at the top. Otherwise, sometimes, unfortunately, you can see players who play 10 or 15 games at the top level and everyone tells them they're great and they believe it. And I think they're already in the top 3 in the world. I don't know because he's still so young. But ask me the same question in 3 years. Ask me the same question in 3 years. And I think that is a fantastic quote from Michael Laudrup. Nice work by James Ducker there. I don't know about his record in the transfer market or anything like that. But nice work there. Because that is spot on. Talent alone can't make you succeed at Manchester United. You have to work hard. And people talk about Jesse Lingard. Look, we had someone talking a little bit of shit about Jesse earlier on today in this stream. And people talk about Jesse Lingard like he's some mug. Mate, he works so hard for his spot at Manchester United. And he probably has to work a little bit harder because people give him so much headache, so much pressure. He probably works a little bit harder. So I think it's unfair, man, to get on Jesse's back like that. Because this is a player that fights for his shirt, that wants to be a Manchester United player more than anything else. And you have to admire that in somebody. Look, you can't just fight for it. You need talent too. You need both of them. But Januzaj only had one of those ingredients. Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford, they have both of it. Jesse Lingard may not have as much talent as Adnan Januzaj, but he has twice as much work, twice as much heart, twice as much effort. And that's why he's a success at Old Trafford. That's why he's getting the opportunities that he gets. And this is why Marcus Rashford will continue to be a success at Manchester United. People worry about Marcus Rashford. Oh, is he going to get game time at United? Oh, is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Jose Mourinho don't like younger players. We hear all of this talk, but the facts are Marcus Rashford will work so hard that he forces the situation. He makes sure that he's in that team. And you've got to admire that. You don't just need talent. You need hard work. And he has that. Eddie says Mickey, number 10 all the way. I'm seeing the Cheeky Sport lads are in the comments as well. How are you boys doing? Listen, I'm just going to put this out there right now and let the subscribers know. I've been speaking to the guys at Cheeky Sport. And we're going to get a little bit something going between myself and Cheeky Sport Dave. He's not their only Man United fan, but he's their, you know, Joel and Dave, match day, he's out there. He's that Man United fan out there. Now, we're going to do something like a cheeky chat, maybe weekly, maybe monthly. But during the season, me and Dave are going to get it on. Whether it's Skyped, video time, FaceTime, whatever it is, we're going to get it on. So, Cheeky Sport know, I know, it's happening soon for the coming 2017-18 season. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's Cheeky Chat on Adam McKola TV. It's happening. It's happening, people. We got so much more coming your way as well on Adam McKola TV. And not just here, on Cheeky Sport as well. Those boys, they work their fucking socks off. They work their socks off. So go and give them a subscribe right now. Go and give them a subscribe right about now. Man like Cheeky Sport says Veal. It's happening, says Cheeky Sport. You guys ain't got a choice in this matter. It's happening now. We've put it out there. It has to happen. Fire's buzzing about that. Cheeky Sport is the best matchday coverage channel by far, says Romulan. That's great. Come on. It's Man United Guide 7. I can't do the Dave right now. I might wake up the neighbourhood, you know what I mean? Then we might be hearing sirens on Adam McKola TV again. Don't want that, do we? We don't want that. What's up, bro? Late, Kendall says. So basically, today we've been discussing the Adnan Januzaj exit, which was more recently, and how you need more than talent to succeed at Old Trafford. And we've also been talking about Ivan Perisic, how his move to Manchester United could be edging closer. Now, with this sale of Adnan Januzaj raising about £9.8 million or whatever it is, that's a little bit after after Ivan Perisic fee, isn't it? So that's great news. Cheeky Sport, hit me up. Zlatan back after recovery. What are your thoughts? Says Black Ray Quasar. I'm not too sure, you know, mate. I don't think we can predict these things right now because we don't know how his recovery is going. His recovery, if it's going well and he's back sooner than expected and he's back stronger than expected, then fair enough. But if he's not, then we can't give him a new contract. He's going to be on big wages. So we need to see how he feels after his recovery, how he trains, because he's quite old for a footballer, 35, 36. The injury he suffered, the ACL, what was it? ACL, he done his ACL, I know that. He done both of them, I think. The anterior and the interior, isn't it? ACL, ICL. He done both of them. And so it's not going to be easy for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to recover. You've got to recognise this. It's not going to be easy. So let's see how he recovers first before wondering whether we're going to get him. Sean Price says Perisic is just another smokescreen for Sanchez. Smokescreen might be my favourite word of the transfer window. Sharad says beat the shit out of AFTV. FC Nigel, love you, mate. I would even consider Marshall for Sanchez. No, Stephen, no. In the short term, that's better. But in the long term, it's not. Bryn says, Wenger saying Sanchez will not be sold and is confident while Jose keeps quiet. Why would Jose be talking about Sanchez's future? Why would you expect him to talk about his future? Why would you expect him to be loud about his future? I'm not too sure. Has he been asked about signing him and then ignored it? I'm not too sure where you're coming at with that one. Ibrahim says, Adam, I'm late. I'm late for a lot of things, mate, so it's not a problem at all. I'm not going to hold it against you. We are coming towards the end of the stream now, but we're still going to chat for a little bit. We've been talking Ivan Perisic, how his move to Manchester United could be closer. Inter Milan want £48 million, but Sky, Kaveh and Sky Sports are saying United are confident they can get a deal done and a deal structured. We may not pay the whole £48 million up front, but we'll try and structure a deal so that we can get Ivan Perisic at Manchester United. They head to China next week for their pre-season tour. So we want to get a deal done before they leave next week. And then confirmation coming through in the last 5 to 10 minutes that Adnan Januzaj has joined Real Sociedad. So Adnan Januzaj will be heading to Real Sociedad. Not sure what the price is going to... Well, sorry, I do know what the price is going to be. It's £9.8 million. I was going to say I'm not sure how I feel about this one because I rated Adnan Januzaj a lot. I really did. I think he's a fantastic player. His talent deserved better, is what I'm going to say. But he's still young. He's heading to a very, very good level. Look, Real Sociedad aren't the greatest side in La Liga, but they play at a decent level. Shouldn't be battling against relegation next season. And hopefully he can showcase his talent in a league where footballing talents are allowed to express themselves a little bit more. He needs to train hard though. He needs to work hard. He needs to fight for his spot because he just hasn't done enough since breaking through at Manchester United. Ripu Daman says Lukaku's shirt number, it is number 9, mate. He has confirmed that in an interview. Pranav says I look sleepy. I'm not sleepy. What the hell are you talking about? Hot Dog Vendor says 9, so just answering the Lukaku question. Someone's asking about Zlatan again. I've just not long answered about Zlatan. We can't really say whether he's going to return or not until we see the extent of his recovery from his injury. We can't say until we see that. When we see that, then we can say. Guys, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Adam McKola TV as well. And of course, share the video. Get your friends involved. If your friends watch Full-Time Devils and they're not subscribed to Adam McKola TV, then tell them, yo, Adam's got his own YouTube channel. He's trying to hit 40k by the start of the Premier League campaign. And you can help him by hitting that subscribe button. So go on, do it. Don't take you long. Hitting the like button don't take you long. It don't even take you away from the stream. So hit that fucking like button. Nice one, guys. JH, how you doing? Hope Ibra comes back, says Mark Island. CBJ leaving, says Munib. The guys that were left out of the pre-season tour squad, Sam Johnston, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, Guillermo Varela, Adnan Januzaj, who has obviously left now, and James Wilson were 5 key players left out of the pre-season tour squad. 1 has gone. I fully accept James Wilson, Guillermo Varela, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson and Sam Johnston will leave too. Talk of Sam Johnston going to Aston Villa. Cameron Borthwick-Jackson could be heading back to the Championship as well. Guillermo Varela, will he head back to Germany or Spain? What's the situation with him? I'm not too sure. And where will James Wilson go? There's 4 players there that I can see now leaving on permanent moves or at the very least on loan. Paras Dougal, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Great show. Adam says, Bryn, thank you very much for getting involved, mate. If Pereira came Sunderland, he would have been dead, says Mr. Man United. Phil Jones to West Brom, rumours going, says Nigel. I don't want us to sell Phil Jones. If we sell any of our centre-halves, well, actually, you know, it's kind of a toss of a coin between Jones and Smalling, but I think Jones has been better for Jose Mourinho. Tyler says, I would love Eric Dyer at United. He's probably the only one. I would not want Eric Dyer anywhere near Manchester United. No, thank you. Dale Anderson says he never misses a show. Thank you very much, Dale. I'm good, thank you, JH. How are you? Tom Dillon, how you doing, mate? We'll do, Adam. We are going to make 40k happen. Thank you, Black Ray. Jack says, I got to stop licking Timothy Fosu-Mensah's butthole. Haven't even mentioned Timothy Fosu-Mensah in this stream. You must know about me, my past. I do obviously want Timothy Fosu-Mensah to do well. I don't lick his butthole. It's purely warranted, the hype that I give this kid, because he is a fantastically talented player, and I really do hope he gets an opportunity at Manchester United. That's why I'm sceptical about us making a signing of a younger CDM, someone like Fabinho or Eric. Well, I don't want Eric Dyer, but someone like that would prevent Fosu-Mensah of coming through and getting game time, and I don't want that to happen. Stephen Usher, how you doing? Man United God, Jones and Rojo partnership with Bailey and Lindelof. You still think that's going to happen? Obviously, we can play different players at different times, but do you still think that's going to be our main partnership? No way, Eric Dyer is shit, says Red Prepper. The boss is in the house. Timbo, Future Legend, says Nigel. Perkan, how you doing? Fosu goes on loan, says Shiva. I hope he gets game time here and doesn't need to go on loan. Blinder's CDM this season, says Ricky Lucas. It would be nice to see him given a try there, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. These comments are moving very, very quickly, but thank you all for getting involved. I do apologise if I don't read your name or your comment out. It's nothing personal, I promise, unless you're calling me a wanker or a cunt or something, then it is probably personal. But, I mean, a lot of them aren't personal. Noisy says, rate Pogba. Pogba, I love Pogba. Pogba's the man, you know. Can't wait to see him. And I've got a feeling in his career, he will win the Ballon d'Or. I just hope that's for United. I really do. Could he become Manchester United's 5th Ballon d'Or winner? We have obviously had Best, Law, Charlton, Ronaldo. Could he become that? Let's hope so, eh? Let's hope so. Guys, I'm 76 subscribers away from 36,000. Please help make that happen by hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. Lennon Fail is back, as is Wing. How you doing, guys? Hope you're well. Jacob says Sanchez to United. Now, I spoke about this yesterday in yesterday's stream. I don't think Sanchez to Manchester United is going to happen. I think the rumours could be out there maybe to get extra offers in from his agent or get an extra bid in. But I don't think we are going to sign Alexis Sanchez as much as I would love it to happen. It looks like he might head to Manchester City. I can't see him staying at Arsenal next season. I can't see Alexis Sanchez wanting to stay at Arsenal and play in the Europa League. He's got a year left on his contract, I believe. Is he likely to sign an extension with Arsenal in the Europa League? And unlikely, are they going to get back in the top 4? I think that's unlikely personally. But those question marks of him, I can't see Alexis Sanchez staying at Arsenal. If he goes anywhere though, I think that will be Manchester City. I can't see him ending up at United at all, as much as I would love it to happen. Sanchez will go Juventus for free next season, says Shiva. Juventus is another club that could sign him. A lot of people saying Bayern Munich as well. But obviously they've got James Rodriguez. PSG could offer him Champions League football and big money and the chance to win the league. So I'm sure he would be up for that one as well. But yeah, guys, it's been a great 40 minutes chatting to you all. Obviously, to recap, it's been Ivan Perisic. A move is apparently closer to Manchester United. United are in negotiations with Inter Milan and hoping to get a deal done before Inter Milan head to China next week. Adnan Januzaj has completed a move to Real Sociedad. That is official as well. So he joins Real Sociedad for £9.8 million, but there's a transfer release clause in there for Manchester United to get the player back. A buyback clause is the phrase I was looking for. God damn it. You can tell I've been speaking for 40 minutes straight live, can't you? It's been a long one, but it's been a good one. And yes, as you guys have seen as well, full-time Devils versus Arsenal Fan TV in the Fan League Cup. It is going down. You'll see that very, very soon. I'll see you very, very soon. I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.